A very good afternoon to all most respected beloved Dean Dr. R. Gnanadevan sir, one of the most important person in our faculty, and just a minute, sir. Sorry for the interruption. Just I have opened that YouTube link, so that it has been made like that. Very sorry for that. I welcome all the participants and also the most dignitaries, our professor and director, Dr. V. Silva sir, and our resource person, Dr. Kabali B. Subramanian sir has come. Very good afternoon, all. I'm very much happy to be as an organizing secretary of this international webinar. And at the outset, I am very happy and also blessed to have our dean as a chief guest, and also our professor and director, Dr. V. Silvam sir, who is going to deliver the welcome address, and Dr. Kabali B. Subramanian from Oman, who has a very big data behind that, and who is a very big shot in sports marketing also. So we are very much happy and honored to have you as a resource person, sir. And Dr. S. Arul is going to deliver the vote of things also. So with the permission of our dean and our beloved HOD, I request all the participants, please mute your video and also mute your audio. Please listen that because nearly 1,056 entries we have received for this webinar. So we are very happy. In Zoom, we can able to accommodate nearly 1,000 members. And apart from that, this webinar is making it, we make as YouTube live also. So it is going on in YouTube live also. So with the permission from the dean and HOD, I request our beloved professor and director, Dr. V. Selvam sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Okay, can I start for the turn?
Yeah, please, sir.
Good afternoon, all of you. First of all, I thank our Vice Chancellor and Registrar, those who permit us to conduct the international webinar on recent advancement in research. And I warm welcome to our beloved Dean, Faculty of Education, Dr. Gnanadevan. He is a very close friend of mine. So whenever we approaches to him, always he supported us to conduct such programs. Then I welcome all the participants and the resource persons. In this occasion, I want to tell something else regarding that Muhammad Isha, because he is our old alumni, our alumni. Apart from that, my trainee. I proudly say he is my trainee. And last year we met because he come over to the India. That time we visit Annamalai University. That time I met him. At the time we are discussing about some of the programs we will make arrangement for the run due to COVID. So now we are conducting for through online mode. We are conducting for the conferences. Okay, that I met Isa. Immediately he accepted. Sir, whatever you help need, just to inform, I'll make arrangement for you. We'll make a program success because I am an alumni of Annamalai. I wanted to do something else for Annamalai. So really, in this occasion, I thank that Muhammad Isa. He arranged all the resource persons. Instead of me, he only contacted everybody else, and we'll make arrangement the program. So I welcome all the resource persons to come over here. I welcome you all for this conference. And I congratulate the organizing secretary, Karthikeyan, and co-secretary, Dr. Arul, So whenever if you assign the work, immediately they are accepted and they can day and night they can work with the short duration of plan only I assign to them. So immediately they can take the assignment and day and night they work for the done. Really, I congratulate both of them. And once again, I welcome you all for this conference. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. Whenever we are approaching with the HOD, sir, and he used to encourage us in all the way. And apart from any other work, as far as this international webinar is concerned, he asked me to contact Dr. Muhammad Isa. And when we approached Dr. Muhammad Isa, he has made all the arrangement. And when I contacted all the resource persons through WhatsApp, they immediately accepted all their consent, and they are going to spend their valuable time. Even Dr. Kabali sir is having the second session as our plan, but today the after 4 o'clock he is having another meeting, so that we have preponed his session, and it is a mutual understanding between Dr. Isa and Dr. Kabali sir, and we are most honored, sir. And with this, I thank once again Dr. V. Selvam sir, Professor and Director, for delivering this welcome address. And I am very honored and also very happy uh, to request Dr. R. Jnanadevan sir, who is our Dean, Faculty of Education, to deliver the inaugural address. He is the man who is behind all the success of our faculty. Whenever we approach him for any other help, immediately, humbly, he will give the solution for all the problems. Even I used to call him as an Anna. Whenever I call, I used to call Anna, and he never refused to say that. Wherever he was elevated as a professor, and he was elevated as a dean, so his approach is same in all the time. What a human being needs. So we people are really honored to have you as a dean, and also we are honored to have you to inaugurate this international webinar, sir. Sir, please.
Respected Professor P.V. Selvam, the Director, Department of Physical Education, Dr. Karthikeyan, Organizing Secretary of this webinar, Dr. Arul, Co-Organizing Secretary, distinguished resource persons, Dr. Muhammad Isa, and Dr. Kabali P. Subramanian from Oman, learned participant of this program, faculty members of the Department of Physical Education, good afternoon to each and every one of you. I am very much pleased and happy to inaugurate and deliver the inaugural address in the international webinar on recent advancement in research, organizing by the Department of Physical Education, Annamalai University. The March 2020 will forever be known in education community as the month when almost all the world educational institutions shut their doors. By the end of the month of March, 1.53 billion learners out of school, and nearly 185 countries had closed the doors of education institutions. In India, 320 million students have been affected by COVID-19 pandemic. That is school and institution closure. And though the government recommended shifting to online teaching, the Annamalai University is concerned under the chairmanship of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Murugesan sir, all the departments of studies actively involving in organizing online classes and organizing seminars, conferences, and lectures for the benefit of the student community. I am very proud to say the Department of Physical Education, Annamalai University, rendered the yeoman service to the students, specifically the students of physical education during this crisis period. This department organizes the series of online programs during the period of COVID-19 lockdown. And very importantly, for all the programs, received very good response from the participants. I hope that the present international webinar on recent advancement in research will be inspired the participants to learn the advancement in research with special reference to the physical education. In this juncture, I appreciate the organizers, specifically mention Professor P. Selvam, the convener of the program, the organizing secretary, Dr. P. Karthikeyan, and the co-organizing secretary, Dr. S. Arul, for having chosen the most relevant theme for deliberation. Specifically, it will be very much useful for the research scholars. And I thank the organizers for the effort taken in this regard. In this juncture, I previously thank Dr. Muhammad Isa and Dr. Kabali P. Subramanian from Oman for joining with us today as a resource person through this international webinar organizing by the Department of Physical Education, Annamalai University. I thank the organizers for giving me the wonderful opportunity to inaugurate the program and deliver the inaugural address. My best wishes and hearty congratulations for the grand success of this webinar. Thank you each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And you are the man who behind all the scenes in the department. So thank you so much. We are so much honored to have you as a you have delivered the inaugural address. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Now, I'm very happy and feel pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Kabali P. Subramanian, who is an assistant professor and head of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Initiative, Arab Open University, Muscat, Oman. And he is going to deliver his knowledge with the topic of sports and business. As far as Dr. Kabali P. Subramanian is concerned, he is also an adjunct professor in Vellore Institute of Technology, India, and he has qualified MBA, MAD, MPhil in management, and also PhD in management. And what I have shown here is a very short and brief data, and he is having more than 7 and 8 pages he has spent. And with that, I have shortlisted. So very sorry for that, Dr. Kabali P. Subramanian, if I missed something. Okay, and he has completed a postgraduate program in digital business from Columbia Business, that is in US, and also he has completed SLET and NET in India during 1999 itself, and he has attended many professional development programs conducted by IIM Kozhikode and IIM Bangalore, Oxford University UK, Columbia Business School US, MIT US, Open University UK, USSI University Malaysia. And as far as academic experience is concerned, he is having 21 years of academic experience, and more than 7 countries he has visited: US, UK, Oman, UAE, Kuwait, Malaysia, Georgia, and Lebanon. And he is the member of editorial board in Inicaforum Journal, International Journal of Recent Researches in Science, Engineering, and Technology, and International Journal of Business, technology and education. He is a co-founder of this, and also he is a reviewer board in the Amity Journal of Strategic Management. And as far as professional members is concerned, he is having a membership in 9 different associations, and the best award he has received as a best employee award from the Ministry of Manpower in Oman. With this introduction, I welcome Dr. P. Kabali Subramanian sir to deliver his topic, to share his ideas in this topic. Sir,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you, Professor Karthikeyan, for that wonderful introduction. You are very kind in introducing me. It's indeed my pleasure and privilege to be here in this forum of the great Annamalai University, Department of Physical Education, on recent advances in research. Very interesting area to deliberate. And I also would like to thank Professor Dr. Shelvam, Professor Dr. Jnanadevan, Dr. Arul, and Dr. Karthikeyan, particularly my friend Professor Muhammad Isa, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to meet learned academics, researchers, and practitioners. I understand that as in the introduction, it was told that around 1,000 people registered. Now there are around 345 people. It's a mixed group of people with different background, and I really appreciate your interest. Okay, so when Professor Muhammad Isa invited me to be part of this, I was so happy for many reasons. Reason number one is I'm also very closely associated with physical education. My father is a physical education teacher. So therefore, I'm always happy to be in the community of physical educators. So that is reason number one. Reason number two, we are talking about recent advances in research. So I thought that physical education, there is a close association with business. So I'm going to make a call to all physical education researchers, academics, and students to look at business as one of the very important career, So even I suggest, I think I hope in the curriculum of physical education, there is an element of business. We need to strengthen that. And today we are talking about digital transformation. And I am, doing a lot of research in digital transformation of businesses. So I can help you in bringing in some element of digital education, digital business transformation in your curriculum. So this is one thing I just want to share. So therefore, I thought that I can share some of the aspects which is happening across the world in business and how it is related to sports and physical education. So this is my general approach. And the webinar theme is recent advances in research. Now, how research is related to business. For example, when we do research, there are two major approaches to research. One is academic research. Second is applied research. When we talk about academic research, it aims at enhancing the existing knowledge. You have existing knowledge, a lot of knowledge about, lot of ideas about physical education, about health. We know the relationship between physical education and health. So a lot of advances, be it psychology, sociology, neurology, and so on and so forth. And when I looked at some of the resource persons in the 3 days, except me, I think all of them are going to talk to you about core science. I'm really happy. So therefore, they will give you a lot of inputs about researches in those areas. But what I want to share is the connection between sports, health, and business. Okay, so from that aspect, I'm going to look at. So research should always solve a problem, because this I'm just highlighting wherever I go when I talk about research. Normally, the industry people, what their general perception is, all the research we academics we do, it goes into journal papers, it goes into books, but it is not useful for the industry. This is general perception. Of course, there are exceptions. General perception. So therefore, we need to do a lot of applied research. Now, what do you mean by applied research? It should go and make an impact on the society. which means it should be something innovative. So the output of research should be something creative, something innovative, which goes and touches the lives of the people, which makes an impact. Of course, academic research also makes an impact on the people, but indirectly. But sometimes we have to do research that which can impact the people directly. And there is an incentive for this. When you do an applied research, there is an incentive. What is the incentive? As an academic, not only you can publish, not only you can share your knowledge with the world, but also you can be more enterprising. Please remember, we are in a world where we should be proud that this is a golden period for India. Of course, COVID-19, this is affecting the entire world. But for India, this is very, very defining moment for the next 50 years. So young people out there in the age group of 25, 30, they have a great future in India. Why I say so? When you look at the global, scenario, now the 19th century, it was Europe. Europe was doing a lot of activities, lot of things. So therefore, the standard of living in Europe was going up. Then in the 20th century, the economic activity shifted to America. America was growing. It was prosperous. But now, this century belongs to Asia. This century belongs to Asia, which means from 2000 or 2020, let's start from 2020 to the next 80 years, right? So people say it belongs to Asia. And in Asia, China and India are going to play a major role. And already China is growing faster in different dimensions of economy. Okay, be it research and development, new companies, new products, and so on. So India is also catching up. And also we know our Prime Minister has given us a vision of $5 trillion economy. Now we are $2.8 trillion economy. So we have to double the economy in 5 years. That's the target. That's the dream. So that is possible only when we are more enterprising. Whatever faculty you are in, whether you are a physical educator or an educator or a science or business or technology, we should all put our minds together and contribute how we can make India, $5 trillion economy, so that we can move up and we can catch up with the world, so that we are going to define in the next 20, 30 years, India is going to be on the top 3 of the world's GDP, right? So with all these efforts we can do. So having said that, when I said you need to innovate, right? Which means our research should point at what are the problems the society is facing and how sports can be a solution to them. And very interestingly, sports is connected to health. And one of the major problems the world in general, particularly India, we face is health. And very importantly, most of the people are giving more importance to health. We know today when you go to supermarket, anything which says health, people immediately go and grab, which means that this shows that this is a great need. There is a great demand for health. And when we say health, there are 3-4 aspects. One is the food we eat. Second is very important, the sports, right? So therefore, we are going to let us look at the health through the sports lens. And very interestingly, sports can give you preventive. It is not that, once you get something, people get something, they go to hospital for cure. But sports tells you when you, do sports, you can prevent. So there is a close association with sports and health. So now what I did when I was invited for this seminar, I did some small research about, because I am, as I was introduced, I'm basically a business researcher, teacher, trainer, and consultant. So what I do, I help companies to develop new products, to develop new ideas, to convert their ideas into business. So I thought, okay, where the sports, health, and business comes in. So there are a lot of organizations which are into sports. But when you want to really know about innovation, creativity, research, you need to look at the startups. Today in India, there is a lot of movement towards startups. So what is a startup? Startup is a small company with a brilliant idea, right, which can go and impact the world. Okay, so we know startup is part of entrepreneurship. So in universities, we talk about entrepreneurship. And today, there is a great call, even from quality assurance agencies like NAC. What they say is, let us not prepare people, our children, only for employment. They need to be entrepreneurs. They need to start something on their own. So one of the potential area is startups. So even for physical educators, physical education students, physical education faculty, this is a great opportunity. So you need to invest your time, energy, research, focus on how to develop new ideas, convert into business opportunity. So it is not only you are going to get name, you are going to publish, but also you are going to make money also. Of course, we know we academics are not behind money, but even universities need. Now today, there is across the world, higher education is under big disruption, which means now we know the model, now slowly to moving towards online. So therefore, universities also have a lot of pressure about how to raise money, right? So one of the ways by which we can help them is, generating more and more enterprises from university. So startup should be a culture. Even India, we have a program, Startup India. And Startup India is going to power the $5 trillion economy. Okay. So combining all these things, what I did is I just gone through some of the startups in India, recent startups in India, which is very successful in sports. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you India's top 10, are 10 leading startups. I will not say top 10 leading startups. And then I'm going to draw some ideas, and then I'm going to present to you what are the areas you can do research, and then develop something new which can make an impact on this world, which can be converted into businesses. So this is my idea. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. Please let me know if you are able to see that. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So what I'm going to do, as I told you, I'll just quickly go through some 10 startups, and let us try to focus on what they do. We are not worried about their name, other things. We are worried about what they do, and let us try to ask why they do, because research is all about finding out the solution for problem, right? So we need to ask what they do. We need to ask why they do. We need to ask how they do. We need to ask when they do. We need to ask who are involved in that. So when you ask these questions, when you try to get more information about these questions, you may get more ideas about the phenomena, the startup, right? Then keeping that in mind as a center, so this is all, these are all top startups. Therefore, people are encouraging these startups, which means there is a demand. So let us look at that as a phenomena. I'm going to give a list, and then I'm going to suggest you, how to do some research on that and get more new ideas, or extend the idea, or come out with totally, completely innovative idea. So that can be converted into businesses. It can be business because we have a lot of cases in IIT Chennai, IIT Madras. You have a lot of companies inside incubated, right? $1 million companies. So same thing Annamalai University can also do. Of course, I know that Annamalai University must be doing now, but I want to know from in the learned members of this forum, that physical education, do we have any startups we need to think of? Right? We can put our minds together and we can develop more startups in physical education. Okay. So quickly, let me move on to my presentation. Okay. So sports and business. So let me quickly go through. As I said, the name is not an important thing, but what they do is important, and what we are going to learn from them. We all know Decathlon. Decathlon is a startup in India, formed in 2009. You know what they do? They do research and development of developing new sports equipments, sports materials, okay, sports dresses, and so on and so forth. They have a product and development design team, and they are located in France, because we know France is the capital of fashion. So therefore, they have product research and development. So what they do, they retail. We all know. Some of us might have visited Decathlon, retailer. So they stock a lot of sports goods. They not only give their other brands, but also they have their own brands. Therefore, in business perspective, it gives more margin. So the key points are research and development about sportswear, about sports equipments, and product development. There is a great opportunity for product development. because you are all, you are all students of physical education and experts on physical education. So using your knowledge of physical education and sports and how it impacts health, can you develop new equipments? Can you develop innovative equipments? This is my question. And then can we retail it? So this is our question. Second, look at this company, Sports App. Now, as I told you, today the world is moving towards digital platforms. Whatever we do it on digital platforms. So what is it's an app. From the name itself, you can see. So what they do, they aggregate, they create a platform by which they aggregate all sports lovers, connect with each other, right? And they give updates about upcoming events, sports job positions, apply for sponsorships, many. We all know in sports, it's a big domain. There are a lot of activities like sponsorships, sports jobs, events. So people should know what is happening. So therefore, they created this app, which is a platform, aggregated platform. Look at this company. They also do one-stop solution for sporting requirements. So they are also into events, infrastructure development, consulting, merchandising, right? Online portal. So they are also using digital technology to connect with people. Now, it's not only we do sports, but it should reach out to many people. So digital transformation helps you to reach out to many people. Extreme Zone, look at this company. So what they do, see, this is called, we call in business strategy, niche. What is niche? When everyone is doing general sports, somebody takes a very special sport and try to focus on that. So they do that. So what they do, they focus on adventure sports. Who are the main takers? The corporates, the companies. The corporates are ready to pay. You know why? Because the corporates, they want to keep their employees happy, healthy. So what they do, they invest a lot of money. So you have to go and approach with some solutions. So they are ready to invest. They are ready to buy your product, buy your service. So adventure sports, thrilling adventure sports experience. When I remember adventure sports experience, I think of Red Bull. You might have heard of the product Red Bull. They conduct a lot of adventure sports across the world. So therefore, you have to come out with some innovative, adventure sports, and you can sell it to the corporates. Outdoor experiences. Today, corporates want experiential learning, not just inside the room. They want to go out, spend some time, have some good fun, and then learn. So who else than sports people can organize this? So it's a great opportunity. You can even collaborate with other trainers. For example, I'm a management trainer, right? I can teach management, but I can teach inside the classroom. But you can teach management outside in the field. See how we can, for example, my friend Professor Mohammad Isa is a great leader. We always admire because of his leadership skills. When he comes to the sports ground, he always says, I learned Kabali, I learned all these things from basketball, and it gives me a lot of energy. So it taught him a lot of leadership skills. So you can be a leadership trainer for corporates. So these are opportunities. So look at PSN. They also, wearable technology. Today, it is one of the very important things. What is that? Today, how to understand the performance of an athlete. You are a tennis player, you are a shuttle badminton player, you are an athlete. How to measure the performance? So now there are wearable gadgets, wearable technologies. So what you can do, you can collaborate with IT researchers. You can collaborate with science researchers. You can collaborate with neuroscience researchers to develop new technology, wearable technology. Software as a service tool. You can develop software for managing academies because you know the core domain, how to manage a sports club. So put all your ideas. You need not be a techie. You can collaborate with the techie and develop some software as a service. Ticketing and merchandising services. Quality equipment accessories. Okay. So Sports Village, look at this company. What they do, sports consultant, edu sports. So what they do, they go to schools and corporates. They say, we'll take care of your entire sports. We take care of your entire health requirements of your employees. We will develop programs, right? And you can sell it to them. So now they have recently raised $10 million funding. So today, very interestingly, I want to share with you. I'm a startup consultant. So I help companies to raise funding. There are a lot of funding available in India across the world. When you have a good idea, a lot of money is not a problem. Come with great idea, resources are not a problem, right? Look at Roaster. See, we talk about Facebook, we talk about LinkedIn. They are all social media. But can we have a social media for sports people? This is the idea, simple. The idea is very simple, but it's very powerful. So they created a social network for sports enthusiasts. So you have to think out of the box, creatively, innovatively. Who else can think of? Because as we always say, a sound mind in a sound body, right? So therefore, you apply you apply your thinking caps, put your thinking caps, come up with some wonderful solutions, or you can collaborate with other people from other faculty to come out with some wonderful solution, right? And then you can create more impactful research, which is applied research, which I call it as startup. Look at Dream 11. You all know Dream 11 fantasy games, right? Today, every child is more interested in digital games, so they create digital platform to play. Look at that, they raised $100 million investments. So you need to understand the human psychology, you need to understand the customer needs, wants, where they are in, and try to offer something in your field, which is sports. Collectively, look at this, very interesting, simple business idea. So what they do is, this company helps in collecting memorabilia. For example, recently, when not recently, when Sachin Tendulkar scored his 100 hundreds, right? So everyone wants to have a small memorabilia. So this company created with a personal signature of Sachin Tendulkar, and they sell it. They sell. So they create a lot of new ideas in like how you collect stamps. People also collect memorabilia. Book My Sports, because today there are multiple events happening across. Of course, we are talking about COVID world, post-COVID world. We don't know how far physical is going to be, but we need to get ready for the post-COVID after 2 years, after 1.5 years, right? So you can use your ideas, incubate it, keep it ready. Once the world opens, you can go and rock. You can go and make your ideas reality. So always, for example, in every city there are a lot of facilities available, sports facilities, right? Is there any platform which gives us which connects all these facilities? No. Even in regional, you can tell me, see, these are all at a high level. No, every district we can do, every state we can do. What happens? I will give you one small case. You'll understand this. For example, Amazon is a big retailer, right? It's a global retailer. There are small retailers in India here and there, regional retailers. What will happen once they gain more and more support? Then the companies, like big company, will come and buy you. So, for example, if this idea, you want to create an online platform, digital platform for connecting all the facilities. Let's take in one part of Tamil Nadu, in Chidambaram, let's say. Okay, if you are able to create a platform, simple platform, right, and slowly grow, after 5 years, 6 years, somebody like a big platform, the same platform will come and take you, will buy you for a good price. So it's a great business opportunity, right? So it is better management of demand and supply. Sports education, training, technology, sporting habits. So today every parent is worried about the health of their children. So sports development centers. See, I'm not saying that all these ideas are new, but there is a scope for making it further, accessible, affordable, right, and approachable by using technology, by using some creative ideas. That is what I'm just making a call. Okay, look at this. This company raised money, recently. So there are a lot of ideas, other ideas also. You can go and Google, you'll find out a lot of ideas. So my point is, there is a great opportunity to do research in these areas. Can we do research and development for creating new equipments? Can we do some product development and design in collaboration? For example, you are a sports a specialist. You work with a design specialist. Create some new ways of equipments which can improve your fitness and health. Retailing is a great opportunity. Digital platforms, that is what I'm telling. Today, the world is moving towards digital. So we also need to think of how to offer our services, our products, our thinking in digital platforms. So sports event management is a great opportunity. Sports, let's look at that. Now we have league for everything. So league at national level, a global level, league at national level, league at district level, even league at small, regional level also we can do. So once it is become popular, you grow big, or somebody will come and buy you. So consulting, sports merchandising, adventure sports. I think these are all things we need to explore. Outdoor sports events for corporates, sports wearable technology, software as a service, sports marketing. So all these things are derived from the previous cases. Okay. collectibles, sports memorabilia, digital sports management platforms, sports development center, sports for healthy lifestyle. So these are all the great opportunities out there. So we need to do research on these areas and make it more creative and innovative. And when you offer to the world, I think world will welcome you all. So let me quickly run through now my personal experience on startups. What we try to do in startups in Tamil Nadu. We can also help you. Whoever interested, you can mail us. We will be ready to help you in coming out with your own startup. So in 2019-20, we had a journey of creating startup ecosystem in Tamil Nadu. We went across Tamil Nadu to create awareness. These are all camps where we met engineering students, art and science students to help them identify their idea and then grow their idea into startups. So we did in Chennai, we did in Tirunelveli, Nellai, we did in Kovai, and we are connected with incubators. Please remember, there is a great opportunity out there in the world to support your ideas. You might have heard of incubators. I think there is one in Annamalai University. So you can go and use their services. And government, a lot of funds are available for developing new innovative ideas which can impact the society in the health and sports, right? So go and use it. For example, this is an incubation center in Chennai. I am associated with that. And we also help incubation system in universities. For example, we have an agreement with memorandum of understanding with Manoன்மணியம் Sundaram University to develop a startup ecosystem. So we can also help you. So funding and support, we help you to get funding through different networks, and also we disseminate knowledge. So one very important thing. So we are thinking of India $5 trillion economy. We also should dream of $1 trillion economy for Tamil Nadu. So we can all put our mind together, because Annamalai University, being an university in Tamil Nadu, one of the leading private university, of course, government university now in Tamil Nadu, right? So we need to put our bit to contribute to $1 trillion economy of Tamil Nadu. And never give up. Of course, today is hard, maybe because of COVID or other reasons, but tomorrow will be worse. Yes, we are ready to face it, but day after tomorrow will be a great sunshine. So I am making a call to get ready for that day after tomorrow, so that we come out and help India, help ourselves to make an impact on this world. Thank you very much. Thank you for the wonderful opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir.
My pleasure.
It was very excellent.
I will stop sharing so you can.
Yeah, please, sir.
Thank you.
So thank you for your thought-provoking ideas.
Thank you, Dr.
And also, I think very openly I'm saying it is an eye-opener for us.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have to think all those ways. Very nice ideas you have given. Thank you so much. And we are so much honored to have you as a resource person.
Thank you, Professor Karthikeyan, for those wonderful, encouraging words.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As an organizing secretary, on behalf of the organizing committee, we want to give you a certificate.
Okay.
Please accept it.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, please. Just a minute.
So everything is e-certificate delivered electronically.
Yes,
Okay, great. This is this is very really innovative idea. Normally people say we'll send it later, but I like this idea. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. 1 minute.
Thank you.
It is checking. Please.
No problem. Take your own time.
Yes, sir.
Dr.
This is your certificate.
The world is today, it is so advanced in digital transformation. I will tell you, because when you are opening, I got this idea. Suppose if I have a printer, connected, I can directly get that physical certificate out, right?
Of course.
The printer, I can get it. Yeah, great.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. This is on behalf of the organizing committee. We are very much happy to give you this certificate of appreciation to you. And thank you so much for your wonderful time sparing for us to share your ideas. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sir. Now, I, sir.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, please, sir. Yes.
Kapali sir.
Yes.
Sir, our professor,
Who is speaking?
our professor director, sir,
Dr.
our HOD.
Professor Selvam. Yes, Professor Selvam.
Very wonderful presentation, sir. In
Thank you,
short
Professor
duration,
Selvam.
we will contact you and we can establish our students involving for the entrepreneurship, sir.
Sure, Professor Selvam. Always.
Okay.
Always.
Thank you,
always.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Yes,
sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for our wonderful encouraging words to Kapali, sir. Thank you so much, our HOD, sir. And next session is going to take by Dr. Muhammad Isa. Dr. Muhammad Isa is he was a basketball player and he was an alumnus of our university. And Dr. Muhammad Isa is an associate director, Institute of Neuroimmune Pharmacology, Seton Hall University, New Jersey, USA, and also he is an associate professor of nutrition, Sultan Hubas University, Oman, and he is going to deliver a topic, sports and mental health. As far as I told earlier, as Kapali sir is concerned, I have briefly constructed and reviewed some of the and left some of the things. And as far as Isa is, Dr. Isa is also is concerned, I left out something, but I have given only the brief biodata of Dr. Isa. Dr. Isa is holding visiting assistant professor in neuropharmacology group, Macquarie University, Sydney, Australia. He is an editor-in-chief, International Journal of Nutrition, Pharmacology, Neurological Diet Diseases, published by USA, Walters and Coal, and the editor of Frontier in Bioscience and Frontiers in Neuroscience, and as an associate editor in BMSc Complementary and Alternative Medicine also. And he is an editorial board member and reviewer board of various well-known journals such as Frontiers in Neurology, Biochemy, and PLOS1, and some of the journal also. He is an expert in the field of nutritional neuroscience, neuropharmacology, and published more than 145 research papers and nearly 54 book chapters and 11 books. And he has a strong international collaborations with institutions in USA, Australia, Qatar, and India. Dr. Isa is a recipient of so many awards from local and international bodies. His book entitled Food and Brain Health was nominated for the best of the best book in the world, published in last 25 years, and award was ceremony will be held shortly. And it was scheduled in June 2020. And now this pandemic situation, it will be held shortly. And in 2019, his book entitled The Food and Huntington Disease received a best book in the world award by Gorman Cook Book Awards. In 2017, July, his book entitled Food and Parkinson's Disease was awarded as best book in the world by Gorman Cook Book Awards. In 2015, one of his book titled Food and Brain Health was awarded as best book in the world by Gorman Cook Book Awards, and same book was awarded as the best book in the world for the past 20 years award by Gorman Cook Book Awards. Dr. Isa received the National Research Award under Health Sector from the Research Council Women. In 2013 and 17, he was awarded as Distinguished Researcher in Sultan Hubas University, Oman. One of his scientific images, he won the best of the show, best of overall overall in all the categories as an individual, as well in the science of art photo contest in international meeting in Mexico 2013. Further, in 2010, Dr. Isa received the Professional from Developing Country Award from USA, IMFAR USA. In 2009, he was awarded Young Investigator Educational Enhancement Award. And he has 15 years of research and teaching experience. Until now, he has received many research grants from local and international agencies in the area of neuro pharmacology and nutritional neurosciences. Nearly just know this amount, approximately 1.5 million US dollars. So it's a very huge amount, and he has deserved for that. And he has guided 3 PhD students and 9 master students. Currently, he is guiding 2 PhD students in the area of nutritional neuroscience. Out of his achievement, he was the basketball player of our own Anomaly University. So we are very proud to say that he is an alumnus of our great Anomaly University. With this few words, I request on behalf of the organizing committee and on my own behalf, I request Dr. Muhammad Isa to deliver the topic sports and mental health to the participant. Thank you so much. Dr.
Thank
Isa?
you. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Selvam. Actually, I heard, frankly speaking, I don't know how to express my words, what Dr. Selvam did for me. When I was playing in Madurai as a basketball player, and then Dr. Selvam, I was willing to play for next level, and then Professor Selvam invited me to come and join. And unfortunately, at that time, he got some jaundice. So I came and I didn't join. I went back. The next year, we are playing the finals in Madurai American College, Annamalai University versus American College. And then at that time, Selvam sir told me, you have to come and join. Then I got the admission for MSc in biochemistry. Actually, usually at that time, it was, still the course is very valid, highly reputed course in Annamalai University or any universities. And then I got the free seat with the sport, accommodation and everything. And then I continued. I played as a captain for Annamalai University. And then we played many tournaments. We won many trophies. And then I continued my MPhil and PhD. Finally, I'm here. I all the time has high regards to, first I God, and then parents, my family, then in teaching wise, guiding wise, my original coach, Day-1-International from Madurai, he died unfortunately. And then Professor P. Selvam, Professor P. Selvam, he is motivating factor all the time, in Annamalai University, participating in a basketball team, mostly 11 out of 12, 10 to 11 players from physical education department. I'm the only one outside the department. I couldn't attend the practice regularly because of our lab and all other things. Still, I was in the team and I played, and then I did my best to show my skills. So then I have to thank Professor VP Manan, who was the one Professor Selvam talked to him and then get the admission in biochemistry. Now, one thing you have to understand, in the last semester, the 4th semester of my master's, I attended only 9 days because we played for so many tournaments. We start from, in the basketball tournament start from IIT Madras and Pungal and ends with up to many tournaments continuously. So I attended only 9 days. Still, I cleared my course and I did my MPhil and PhD. I thank Professor Selvam, Professor VP Manan, and Annamalai. I'm highly obliged to them. So, thank you so much, Karthikeyan and Arul. Arul is we all played together in different teams, in different areas. And Karthikeyan, I know him very well when I was there. So, after my PhD, I did my postdoc in US, and then I settled in US, and then we are sitting Oman and US, something like that. So, here I'm going to share the important things. I'm basically nutritional neuroscientist. How nutrition can beneficial for brain function. That is the idea. And then how you can ask me how the sports is involved, because I'm a basketball player. I played for professional up to professional level, so I can think about that. That's why the topic came and Dr. Selvam asked me. I said, "Don't worry, sir. I am there. All will be done." So thanks for the wonderful opportunity for everyone. So right away I'm going to my talk. So I'll share my screen. So here, actually, as I'm a nutritional neuroscientist, I simply say, no, diet is very important. What do you eat, what you are. So you know that, like many people say, like even Hippocrates says, food as medicine. That is my core area. But I added extra here with the sports, because sports is highly needed for your brain function. First, in the talk will go in a different directions. First, starts with how I'm going to give an introduction about the brain, then how diet and sports influences the brain function. Then I go specifically on sports and brain health. Then I will come to our area where we work on nutritional neuroscience, like food and brain health. This is what I'm going to explain, and then I'm going to invite many people for what we are doing. You are most welcome to contact me. This is my email ID, and then other details you can collect me anytime. So first, as per our institute formality, I have to say there is no conflict of interest what I am presenting here. So though I couldn't express more words, I like this. I highly obliged to Annamalai University and Professor V. Selvam and then Professor V.P. Menon. So everybody knows that the brain is a most complex and sensitive physiological structure. But the problem is, I can give you a simple example. When you are not working, you are not doing any exercise, you are simply staying at home or simply sitting in front of the computer. And when you do something, you will not be having that motivation. Same thing when you are having, if you come to office, you are not having the breakfast. So how you behave? So there is, or you can say simply, when one player is playing and then he is tired or she is tired, and then you give something like small juice, some sweets, or little amount of fruit or something like that, their energy will be improved and then they start running very well. So and also another example I can give you, if a baby is crying, what do we have to do? We have to give the milk, then the baby cries, stops. Otherwise, it does different things, and then the behavior will be changed. So there is direct relationship between food and exercise or physical activity and brain. But unfortunately, this field is not well studied. And if you are having the sedentary lifestyle, or if you are having improper diet, you are end up with several brain-related diseases. So if you have the healthy diet, and then you have to have the proper sports and exercise, minimum 45 minutes per day, so it automatically improve your nervous system. So that's what I said, proper brain health. You can have the proper brain health if you have the healthy diet, and then you have the sports or exercise, minimum 45 minutes per day, and then you can have the proper brain health. So as I told you, I'm going to give a talk about the brain introduction. You know that even though body weight is big, and then we have 2% of the body weight is made up of brain, and it receives 15% of the cardiac output. And and also total oxygen, our body utilizes, brain utilizes 20%. And even glucose, it uses 25%. Because of this too much amount of usage glucose in the brain and the too much amount of oxygen, there will be production of many unwanted compounds. So based on the problems, we can say the disease names. I'm not going to talk too much about these diseases, because I know there are many people who are not really neuroscience field. So this is an area called hippocampus. If you have problem here, it's called Alzheimer's disease. In India, we say simply, if you become 65 or 60, they start forgetting, you simply say they're old. They're not old. They may have these kind of symptoms, diseases. This is the area called Huntington. If you have Huntington disease, if you have this area called striatum, if you have problem here, then you will end up with Huntington disease. This is area called substantia nigra. If you have problem here, then you end up with Parkinson disease. So sports may plays major role in brain function. How? First of all, there is a connection between one brain cells to another brain cell. We simply say it's called neuron. There are many cells available, axons, microglia, all these are available. I don't want to talk about it. But this neurons are the basic brain cells. They have the connection one to another. For example, you can say now we are conducting everything with WhatsApp. But our brain has a WhatsApp. God created, our brain has a WhatsApp. You can ask me how. Because simply you can say, when we are walking towards a room, the room is locked. What we do, we simply, our eye sees and send the message to the brain. Brain send the message to the hand. You go and open the door automatically. It all happens in micro or nanoseconds. So that what is it? I usually say it's a WhatsApp of brain. It sends the message to the body organs, and body organs works towards that. And so the neuron, that why I brought this example, these neurons in the brain, they are connected with the messaging system. In science, we say synapse. So that connections will be increased if you do the regular physical activity or exercise or sports. And it also increases the number of capillaries surrounded by the neurons. And as I told you, the cerebellum and corpus callosum, all these things will be strengthened if you do the proper physical exercise or sports, and you are engaging in some sports activity. You don't need to be really a very good player. At least engage yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. And the sports activities improve your fuel, the energy supply for the brain, and also the major component. If some of your family members are depressed or some of your family members are alone, if you take to them doctor, the doctor will say they may have depression or something like that. That is because of a compound called serotonin. You can get this serotonin very easily if you take regular milk every day. Before you go to bed, you can take 1 cup of milk, or if you take boiled egg. And another important compound is called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This is the one highly linked with the sports activities. We are going to see one by one. If you have the regular sports activity, your nerve will be strengthened and neurons will be more, they will be more flexible. They are not become rigid. So as I told you, BDNF, this is the wonder drug for brain. It is available in our body. It's a miracle. So it improves plasticity. Plasticity means extension and then conveying the message. Capacity of the brain to modify its structure and function based on the environmental insult. So what it does, the BDNF enables neuronal communication. The WhatsApp of neurons will be done by this BDNF. And also it improves the cognition. Cognition means, for example, what is cognition? You go to the shop, or for the first time you are coming to Annamalai University, you don't know where is the physical education department. Then you ask some people, they will show you this is physical education department. So next day, you don't need someone. You automatically go to the physical education department, because our brain, first it understand and learn and store it. That is called cognition. That will be enabled by the BDNF. And then next we are going to see about the aerobic exercise. The aerobic exercise, oxygen. With oxygen, there are many types of aerobic exercise. Aerobic means use of oxygen. Anaerobic means without oxygen. So when you do the aerobic exercise, it stimulates the BDNF and then perform efficiently. The neurons will be performed efficiently. And also it can able to help for the synthesis of neurons in the hippocampus. And also it helps to utilize the oxygen and glucose in a faster way. And motor movement, your movement will be very improved. and then your mood will be improved. For example, I can give you my own personal example. If I want to take any decision, even though I'm not practicing nowadays, I do walking and everything, but if I want to take any family decision or career related decision, I tell my wife and kids, give me 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What I do, I go and sit in front of the basketball ground. I'll be relaxed and then come and take the decision. I do the prayer. You see here that what you do when you do the prayer, you have the physical activity. When you go for some place where your mood will be improved, then go there. As a player, as a as a sportsman, you can easily improve your brain mood, or modify your mood, reduce the stress by encouraging those kind of things. Even if you go to the ground, I simply walk in the ground, it is okay for me. You can try that one, because this aerobic exercise, they can improve the brain chemicals and hormones to perform very well. So this is what I said. When you have the exercise, what happened? When you do the physical exercise, in our muscle, we produce a compound called irisin. This irisin will improve the activity of BDNF, and then increases the neuroplasticity and reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease. And also it also helps for the hippocampal proliferation. That is, hippocampal cells will be proliferated, which reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease. So here we can see the ultimate brain workout. For example, if you do the lifting weights, it helps to prefrontal cortex. What happens? It improves your complex thinking, reasoning, and multitasking and problem-solving skills. If you are doing the yoga, then it will improve your thoughts on emotions and reduce your fear and anxiety. If you have high intensity, if you do the exercise regularly, but high intensity, and then stop it and then break it and then doing again, it improves your appetite, and then cravings, appetite regulation, and cravings and addiction will be stopped. And regular sports drills will work on the prefrontal cortex, and then it improve the attention switching between the tasks. That means you are doing one task, simultaneously you are going to the another task. And also it stops. Some people, they are very good in it, but they cannot express it. Even the sports, that inhibition will be improved. And if the sports automatically improve the visual and spatial processing, and also it improves their attention, and it improves your memory. So your normal workouts, then it will improve for your brain function in multiple ways. So this is the theory of the free radical. You see here, at the age of 20, how we looks, at the age of 70, how we looks. Because this is what happened. Every day we have some issues. Every day our body is exposed to some stresses. So I don't want to talk too much about this one, but I'll give you a simple example how we end up with Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a disease which comes to the people across more than 65 years. What happened? There is a compound called amyloid beta, which can accumulates and forms like a bunch of grapes and causes to the neurodegeneration. This was proposed by us in 2012. But why I brought this here? Because I want to show how this disease will be beneficial if you do the physical activity. See here. If you do the proper exercise, then automatically your brain vascular health improved, and then your neurogenesis is increased, and then your WhatsApp is increased. Then you will have the better brain health, and your network will be very well connected, and then you have very good memory and learning. So automatically you will not have the Alzheimer's disease. So how they stop? This is what, when you do the exercise, this activate this compound, and this aggregation will be stopped. This is a compound which forms like a bunch of grapes and kills the connection between the one neuron to another neuron. When you do the proper exercise, it will be stopped. And also this exercise improves the BDNF, as we have told you. It gives a neuronal synapses, the tools they need for the information processing. And also exercise increase your neurogenesis in many areas, mainly in the hippocampus, synthesis of neuronal cells. This is the area is hippocampus. And also the brain hippocampus plays major role. For example, it helps for the rewarding, pleasure and motor function, and compulsion preservation, and also it helps for the mood memory processing. So what it does, when you do the proper exercise, our short-term memory, usually you start forgetting, but when you have the proper exercise, proper diet, your memory is stored long time. So, and also it will help you when you see somebody, oh, I know this guy. Yeah, you are this person, something like that. That will be enabled. So how the athletic activities improve your oxygen and energy production in brain? First, it stops to produce the free radicals, the oxygen radicals. Second, the amount of glucose it goes to the brain, it will be more efficient. Third, it improves the energy. It increases the energy producers, and neurotransmitter storage will be preserved, and your body has the capacity to develop new learning cells, and your memory improves, your optimism grows, and also our body command center gets larger vision, and also its circulation increases in your brain. So there is called dendrites. Dendrites means they are the one needs to create the new connection from one neurons to another neurons. This will be improved when you have the proper exercise. So these are the coming slides. They show how exercise or sports can improve your brain function. So first, the study shows that exercise can increase effect on the visceral organs, increases blood flow and reduces the blood pressure, and reduces inflammation, and improve your sleep, and improve your insulin sensitivity, and also you will not get obese. You will be reducing your obesity if you have, and then your immune system will be improved, and then your joints and flexible, and the muscle becomes strong, and also your mood will be improved. Here I want to talk about something extra, the strengthens of immune system. Now we have written a recent article, and also studies say that due to COVID, people are sitting inside the home, not doing some physical activity. If you do some, beyond your immune system, the exercise is highly needed to boost your immune system. So even if you can't go out, at least do some walking inside home or around the house, something like that. Do some exercise. It also enables your immune system. So how if you have the proper exercise and diet, or like exercise in different forms, we know that Western exercise, yoga and Tai Chi. If you do the proper exercise in Western way, so what happened? So your factors, BDNF will be released, and your stress will be reduced, and also you have the proper blood flow and reduce BP, blood pressure, and increase your immunity, and also sleep will be improved. Simultaneously, exercise in the form of yoga, your body relax, and perfect balance will be there, and then your strength will be increased. You'll have the high flexibility, and then again the stress will be reduced, or immune function will be improved, and even you get away from the pain or depression. If you do Tai Chi, Chinese way, release of neurotrophic vectors, and then same balance will be improved, and you have muscle oxygenation, and also reduction of stress, and your flexibility will be increased. So exercise and brain, how it improves. If now one thing you have to understand, okay, Dr. Mohammed said you do high exercise. No, I didn't say that. You have to have the proper gap between one exercise to another exercise, and you have to you should not do the most strenuous exercise. You should not stress yourself. That's why I properly put this image. If you do the moderate exercise, 30 to 40 minutes per day, your body has less free radicals and less nitrogen radicals. So what happens? Your insulin sensitivity will be improved, and then you have energy consumption will be properly happening, and also your muscular fitness will be improved, and you have the less inflammation, immune system will be strengthened, and your depression and weight control and anxiety means fear will be reduced. But if you see the high intensity, you have the free radical production, you'll have the irregular heartbeat, and sometimes you may end up with the knee and feet problems, and muscle become weakness, and you have the cytokines and myokines will be increased, inflammatory parameters, and also you have the electrolyte imbalance. That's why we get muscle pulling or something, sprain or something like that. So if you have the proper exercise in a moderate level, 30 to 40 minutes, you have good and benefit and better for your health. Strenuous exercise, unless until if you are a real sportsman, so you will have the adverse effect. So you have to plan like that, 30 to 40 minutes. Even you can do the stretching itself fine. No need to go and run or something like that. You have to rotate. One day stretching, one day walking, one day jogging, one day something like that, swimming, something like that. So again, the same idea, how the moderate exercise and high exercise, how it will be happening. So moderate exercise offer the neuroprotection and also improve your learning and memory and improve the cognitive function. And also it improve the elasticity and muscle fitness. But if you have the high intensity, you have muscle weakness and irregular heartbeat, sometimes you end up with cardiac arrest. Even I heard some stories, some of the players, they died in the ground, 30 years, 35 years or something like that, because of too much stress, and also their cardiac arrest may happen. So this slide clearly shows how the exercise improve your brain function. There are some special molecules in our body we called as neurotransmitters, serotonin. It will be improved in, in brain exercise. If you have the exercise, then your cell survival and cognition, memory will be improved. And it can also help for the neurogenesis by improving the endorphins and reduces inflammation. Inflammation means swelling, we can say, for your easy understanding. And we all know that the BDNF and also exercise help for the norepinephrine. So all these things, what they do, they improve your neurogenesis and improve your cholinergic neurons and improve your cell survival by increase your synaptic plasticity. So this is a big slide. I don't want to talk much about it. It's too much science. So simply understanding exercise, improve your learning and memory. That's why I brought here and then here. So these are the parameters, the supporting compounds you produce when you have the exercise. Number one is BDNF, and another one is IGF, insulin-like growth factors, endorphin, serotonin. All these are the example who studied these things. So again, I'm bringing the slide. If you have the proper exercise, even the glucose uptake will be taken properly. Your glucose breakdown happen properly. Your fatty acid oxidation happen properly. Your mitochondrial biogenesis happen properly, and then this stress will be reduced, and then you have the proper way of living. So next, I'm going to give a small idea about Parkinson's disease. We are solved about Alzheimer. Now we are going to see the Parkinson's disease. It's highly related with this motor skills means sports. So you see here, if you have the normal neurons, our body releases the dopamine, then movement will be easy. But the place is called substantia nigra. It's affected, the neurons will be less releasing the dopamine, and the movement will be affected. So if you do the exercise, it improves your motor function in Parkinson's disease and improves the cognitive function and improve the BDNF and reduces the neuroinflammation, reduces stress, and improve the dopamine neuronal numbers, and loss of equilibrium will be improved. And all these things happens because of physical training, and it is beneficial for Parkinson's disease. And also how it helpful for the Parkinson's disease, because the exercise increases the neurotrophins. What is neurotrophin? They are the one needed for survival and development and function of neurons. So if you see here, the physical activity, they help for the upregulation of neurotrophins and then improve the neurogenesis, angiogenesis, and your body has a high amount of dopaminergic neurons. By increasing the dopamine level, and you are more go away from the getting the chance of Parkinson disease. So this, as I told you, that improves your mood. When you do the exercise, it improves your mood. And how it improved? Your body releases, the brain releases the compound called endorphin. This endorphin reduces the intensity of the pain and sensed by the brain. So, and also it helps for the fear reduction. That's science we call as anxiety. So next, this is all about the exercise. I will not stop only with the exercise because you need to have the proper diet also to maintain the brain function. So there are many studies shows that dietary has beneficial for even autism, ADHD, and many diseases. So as I told you, when the baby is crying, you give the milk, the baby cry stops. Then if somebody is not having the food, or even when you do drive the car for a long drive, you want to have some coffee. Why? Because your mood is, you are drained, your body, your strength is drained. So you want to have a cup of coffee or some biscuits. Then in the food, and then you get okay. I'm a little bit okay now, and then I can drive, something like that. So first, I'm going to talk about some calorie restriction. Or if you have the proper, like fasting, and I'm a Muslim, and some people Hindu, some people other religion, all the religion, they have some form of fasting. Fasting means you will not eat some food or something like that. It's intermittent fasting. You have the break in the, not every day, you can have a break monthly once or weekly, 2 weeks once. Then it improve your brain function by BDNF improvement. And then what happened? We know that if the BDNF is improved, you have the neuronal bioenergetics improved, plasticity improved, genesis is improved. So if you have the proper intermittent fasting regularly, even your brain improvement, cognition will be improved, and then you have the less chance of getting these diseases. So I'm going to talk about some example, then I'll go what we do, and then I'll end up with my talk. So these are the brain boosters, one side, left side, which will be beneficial for brain. This right side, brain drainers. And most of the people love to have this one or something like that. So we are going to see first coffee. When we are tired, we take the coffee, but 5 to 20 milligram is 200 milligram is okay. It improve your benefits, but after that you become addicted, and then you cannot sleep normal hours. So you will have the less sleep time, and then especially coffee will be improve your behavior when you take 3 to 5 cups per day, and when you are working in the night or when you are doing the long drive or something like that. But if you have too much amount of coffee, then forget about it. You will end up with anxiety and you cannot sleep. Like, why don't you try a Red Bull today? And you will not sleep whole day. So this is an example, done by NASA in 1995. If they give the caffeine to the spider, normal, how the spider builds. The ganja, marijuana, this is another drug. See the coffee, full confusion. So be careful about taking coffee. Don't take more than 3 to 5 cups. And then alcohol, it's very common in the developing countries, including India. But why the alcohol is damaging the brain? For example, if you want to meet the vice chancellor, you need to have the appointment. And then what do you do? You contact somebody and then get the appointment. Then only you can go. But same thing, our brain has the barrier, blood-brain barrier, which needs to have the pass or permission. But for alcohol, it does not need a pass. When you drink alcohol, it automatically crosses the blood-brain barrier, and then you feel like, oh, okay, I'm very good, I'm very confident. But that time you do a lot of mistakes, and then you will end up with some deadly or fatal things. So we recently reported, if you have people who has the HIV and then drink more alcohol, they end up with the brain diseases. This was published last year. And then we all know that high fat is cholesterol and heart damage. We know that if you have the sugar imbalance, you have pancreas will be affected, folic acid low, your embryo will be affected, calcium, bone will be affected, alcohol, liver, but brain, there are many things. That's what we are going to see. How you can improve your brain function by diet. This is a brain messenger system, neurotransmitters. What they do, They are produced by many things. You know, the food has carbohydrate, protein, lipid, fats, and carbohydrates. Sorry, vitamins and minerals. We are going to see. Carbohydrates are highly needed for brain function. If you have the glucose hypermetabolism, and then you will end up with the Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease. And then now the people are calling Alzheimer's disease as a type 3 diabetes mellitus. So what happened? I'm skipping this one because too much science. I don't want to get confused. That's why I'm giving the important points. See here, if you have excess energy intake and less exercise, your stress will be affected. You will have the high stress, and then your proteins and DNA in your brain cells will be damaged, and then you will have the memory problem. And then fats, very important for the brain function. You know that even somebody is pregnant, your mom will give more ghee, more fatty items, or even soups or meats, because it helps for the brain development. That's why. So why the fats are important? They help for your attention, reasoning, memory, learning, vocabulary, and intelligence. So there are the people are many talking about omega-3 and omega-6. I simply give you example. Omega-3 is good, and you don't need to take up by extra. You take fish, you will get it, or you get nuts and legumes, you can get it, or leafy vegetables. Omega-6 mainly fried items, and then oils and dressings, and then processed items. So please try to avoid, because what they do, they stop the brain cells become rigid. So you have to have the 1:1 ratio. In America, we have 20:1 ratio. But in ASEANs, initially there is no McDonald's in India. Now there are so many McDonald's everywhere, so many KFCs. So, and everybody is willing to go and eat there. So be careful when you have the high amount of fried items, all these things, you will end up with a different ratio, and high omega-6, low omega-3, and your brain function will be affected. Because omega-3 is very needed for the it's needed for the cognition, reduces the depression, and even your neurodegeneration will be stopped. Degeneration means dying of neurons. If you have the proper amount of omega-3 in your body, your neurons dying will be stopped, prevented. So next, I'm going to talk about some amino acids. The tryptophan, you can get it from the egg. It improves your mood. That is called serotonin. And also it improves your sleep. The serotonin produces a compound called melatonin. That is important. Next one is tyrosine. And it from the meat, you can improve your alertness and mental energy. And methionine, it also from the meat, improve your memory and general mental ability. So these are the diets. You can give the example how they help for the neurotransmitter production. These are the other diets. They can help for egg and then spirulina, all these things. And the next one, we are going to talk about vitamin A. It's very important because you can simply eat 1 carrot per day. That's more than enough. You get the vitamin A, and then you will have the neuronal difference, very good neuronal differentiation, axonal elongation, all these things. And then vitamin D, it's highly needed for brain, for cell signaling and cell differentiation. One thing you have to know that 75% of the world population is having the vitamin D insufficiency. If 400 people are attending now, take all the blood samples of 400, at least 300 will be having the vitamin D insufficiency. I'm not telling for fun, I'm telling the fact. So vitamin D helps for many functions. It helps for the immune regulation, protein aggregation, and neuronal, all these things. If you are not having the proper vitamin D, they all go in ulta, other way around, then you will end up with many diseases. Next, vitamin K, it's involved for the myelination. That means insulation purpose. You know, we need insulation. For example, when you move the hand, there is an insulation, it's inside in your hand, because otherwise both bone will be keep on touching, they break. So the insulation, same thing, our brain, so neurons have the insulation, otherwise they break. So that will be offered by vitamin K. And then vitamin B, it improves your memory and enhance your mood. And it's the vitamin B5, it's called as anti-stress vitamin. And then minerals also plays major role for the brain function: iron, calcium, selenium, zinc, copper, etc. I'm going to talk about calcium only because I don't want to take up much of your time. And also with calcium, we can simply have it from 1 cup of milk. So if you have the proper calcium, your synaptic plasticity will be improved. But if you have the less calcium, you end up with the Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and many diseases. So these are about the clear talk about ideas, about how the exercise is important, how the diet is important. Now I'm going to show some example what we do in our lab here in US and Oman and Australia and India. So there are many studies proved that these diets are very important for the brain function. Number one, we work in many products on Alzheimer's disease, walnuts, pomegranate, berries, and everything. So see the structure of walnut. This is the left side is the whole walnut. It looks exactly like brine. The edible walnut, it's exactly look half brine. So indirectly it shows it is good for a brine. So try to have 4 to 8 walnuts per day. Don't take more than that because it has a saturated fat. So you can take, if you take 4 to 8 walnuts, it improves your omega-3 function. It offers more omega-3, more melatonin, and vitamin E as well. And then we proved walnut has the ability to improve your motor function and the spatial memory and learning. And for this, I got a award from the American Association for Alzheimer's disease. And then we also work in pomegranate. Pomegranate is very important. It's mentioned in the even Quran, even Bible, even Bhagavad Gita is mentioned. And then it is simple. We proved that one, it is beneficial for Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's disease. These are the example. You see, I purposely brought this table, BDNF. This is the one highly linked with your neuronal survival when we discuss about the exercise. You do exercise and take pomegranate, you are okay. And then these are the papers we published. And then these are the mechanisms, how pomegranate offer benefits. You see here, it reduces inflammation, it improves your phosphorylation, improve our antioxidant benefits, and reduces the top phosphorylation. So for this only, I got the National Research Award. And we proved like this: if you have the proper exercise and proper less diet, less junk food, and then the right amount of food with the fruits and vegetables, you can stop your neurodegeneration. So here I want to show this one. Usually there is a drug called exenatide. This is a drug called exenatide. It stops the neuronal loss in the brain. But if you eat the pomegranate, this will cross the blood-brain barrier and stop this enzyme, and then stop the neuronal degeneration in the brain. So Parkinson's disease already we saw, and here the exercise is very important. And then we already worked on the Parkinson's disease, walnuts, pomegranate, all those things we worked. And then these are some examples how walnut beneficial for the Parkinson's disease. And also I have worked in Huntington disease. These are the compounds beneficial for Huntington disease. What is Huntington disease? There is accumulation of Huntington protein in the brain. We also work on the dates and pomegranate, and ADHD is very common nowadays, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. This is mostly kids will have, they will not see you, they will not, eye contact will be affected, they will be hyperactive, all these things. See the brain, how it looks, no ADHD. With ADHD, how it looks. So that is issue. So we worked on the gallic acid and ellagic acid. We proved that one that is highly beneficial for ADHD function. So these, to recall all our works, these are the areas I worked in: Alzheimer's, Parkinson, traumatic brain injury, and ADHD. So finally, we are going, how can we maximize the brain power through sports and diet? Minimum 45 minutes exercise or physical activity or sports at least per day, and healthy breakfast. Don't skip the breakfast. And then healthier snacks, fruits or vegetables, not the chips. Reduces fried items, and increase the intake of omega-3, and try to reduce the sodium and increase the potassium. Like, simply you can have one banana and take multivitamin as a fish oil, but originally if needed, not necessary for everyone. So to conclude, sports with proper diet can promote your proper mood, and sports with the proper diet promote your proper functioning of the brain and improve your vigilance, and then physical activity, improve your memory, all these things. And also you have to have the proper, adequate and balanced diet to maintain the proper brain function with exercise. So these are my books. As I told, Dr. Karthikeyan told, I have published 11 books. All these are the books. And this book, this is the one got many awards. Dr. Karthikeyan informed you. This is another book which got award, and this is another book which got award. This is a recent book published last month in autism, how the food will be beneficial. And these are my authored books, like and also there is another book is coming in next month, Element of Preclinical Toxicology. And I'm editor for a journal. I started this journal 10 years ago. It is Index in Scopus and PubMed and all these things. And you are most welcome to submit an articles. Also, I'm editor for a Frontiers in Bioscience and Frontiers in Neuroscience. You are most welcome to submit article in this area. And I'm editor for a book series, permanent book series. There will be 40 to 50 books will be published. So if you have any idea, even somebody is willing to write a book on sports and brain, you are most welcome to come and contact me in my email ID. If you don't have, just Google it, Muhammad Isa. You will find who am I. You can get my contact details. And if you are really a good cook, if you can able to cook, I'm sure most of the people learned cooking during COVID in lockdown. If you can able to cook, send me the recipe. I will send you the items beneficial for brain. You can send me the recipe. I can publish in the book. And these are my acknowledgement. I have to thank my boss, Professor Choli Chang from Seton Hall University, New Jersey, and then Professor BJ Song, and then my university in Sultan Qaboos University, and all the collaborators. See the collaborators we are having from USA, Australia, India, Canada, Qatar, Kuwait, everywhere. So that's where my group is working. So what did you do today for your brain better? Did you do any exercise? Did you do any food items? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Isa, for your wonderful speech. So many participants. Just now I opened the chat box, and all the persons are praising you with a wonderful word.
Most welcome. Thank you. If you have any doubt, anybody has questions, you are most welcome to ask if the organizers allows you.
Dr. Isha,
Yes,
can you stop
yes.
stop sharing your screen, please?
Okay, 1 second. Yes, done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Isa. First, as I told you earlier, we are very proud to say that you are an alumni of our university, and we had very suitable personalities as a resource persons for this webinar, especially in the today's session. As far as your presentation is concerned, you explained in a simple and humble way whatever it is. Even it is more technical to all the physical educationists. It is not common for all the physical educators in the biochemical aspect, but you have explained in a simple and humble way. And these your informations are very informative. Okay. And as a physical educationist, so many matters which you have discussed here, we are not so much aware of it. And thank you so much for giving us awareness. Okay. As far as Kabali sir is concerned, and he has opened our eyes. His talk was an eye opener for us, and your talk is also an eye opener for us in the research aspect. In the business aspect, his talk was a very talkative one, very good one. But as far as your talk is concerned, we are very happy, and I myself more impressed with your words and presentations, and I wanted to involve more research in the area of biochemical aspects, because I didn't touch even now, because I had a little bit worry about that. Okay, but now I have a love with this subject. I love statistics. I love research. I love training methods, and I love methods in physical education, everything like that. I love. I'm going to love this biochemical aspect, biochemistry. So I'm very happy. So I was so impressed with your talk, and we had a good idea about even exercise and brain. When we exercise, how the brain is working, we explained you in a very and simple and humble way. We were so much impressed. Okay, and we really enjoyed with your sessions, Dr. Muhammad Isa. Uh, uh, as an organizing secretary, I'm very much happy and thankful to you for this sharing your knowledge. Okay, sometime, just a minute. One question. Sometime as a sportsman and a faculty in the morning, one fellow has asked, morning 1 to 11 a.m., feeling sleepy. What should I do for that? I don't know whether I am having any disease or not. Dr. Veeramani, who is a faculty, and he has asked this question as a sports person in the faculty, morning 1 to 11. Okay.
So it's a very good question. All the sportsmen thinks like that, but only thing you have to understand, you need to sleep 7 to 8 hours every day, irrespective of. For example, if you as a sportsman, we do practice morning and evening, right? So once you finish evening practice, you can have your bath, or you can refresh yourself, take proper diet, and sleep. Don't use the smartphones nowadays. The WhatsApp is killing everyone. The light brightness improve your brain, shows that one brain is active. The light still the sun is away, so automatically will sleep less. When you have the less number more hours of sleep and coming to the ground tomorrow morning, then your body automatically tired, and you go to the school or teaching or lecture, then again you will be tired. You are overstressing your thing. So how you are going to do that? Take proper rest and allocate time for food, allocate time for sleep. And then when you are going to sleep, please switch off your phone or keep the phone away from your room. We have the habit of every 5 minutes or 10 minutes you are going to check your WhatsApp. It's anything coming and something else. Then your eye become bright. I can give you the simple story. Why we sleep in the night? Because our body has the hormone called melatonin, which is produced in the night time by a suprachiasmatic nuclei in your brain. So that's why even if you want some people, they want to sleep, they do the night shift, they want to sleep in the daytime. What they do, they close their house door, they close the windows, everything, and make it like a dark one. Why? To show the brain, hey, now I'm going to sleep, please help me. Please produce melatonin. That's the way. So please try to avoid the smartphones. Please take the proper rest. Even if you can't sleep, lie down, take the body rest, and then you will be okay. And one more thing, watch your diet. And if you do more severe exercise, you have to do the proper stretching, warm down and warm up. That also enables reduces your injury and enables tirelessness. Because most of the time what we do, we come and do the practice, right away time is over, then I have to go to the hostel, take bath and eat, and then come back to the class. You are not going to do that. You are not having the time to do the warm down. Do the warm up and warm down. I don't need to teach you guys. You know better than me. But still, you have to approach in a way. That's the way you can succeed.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your wonderful explanation. And another question from the participant. Sir,
you can open their mic. Maybe whoever wants, they can open, they can ask, no? That is easy way for you. I don't know.
But I know. But what they will do, at a time, all the fellows will ask it. All the participants will ask it. It will get some distraction. So that only. Mrs. Vijayalakshmi from somebody. Sir, many colleges conduct the webinar, especially in the COVID-19. So from the Zoom app, if you watch, is it what about the effect? That is brain, ear, yes, and like any part will affect or not?
I'm sure you will not listen all the talks. I'm sure you will spend less time than the TV in Zoom app. So nothing to worry.
Yeah.
Because we are watching so much TV, we are using so much smartphones, and Zoom is only a escape one. So don't worry, it will not affect.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Isa. From the organizing part, as an organizing committee, as an organizing secretary, I wanted to present this certificate for you as a certificate of appreciation. Thank you so much. Please accept it. Please accept it.
Thank you.
1 minute. Karthik,
Sir, please, sir.
Karthik,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1 minute.
Sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Switch on the videos, sir. Videos.
Sir, we can hear you. No problem. Sir. I think Selo sir is coming in another line. Please wait.
Yeah. Let him come.
He wanted to say something because he is a coach of you, and always he is praising you at all the time.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, of course. No problem at all. We have come to end the session. If sir comes, we will stop our talk and we will share the video to the
sir. Join me,
sir. Yes. Sir, please, sir.
That wonderful session. Everybody, what Karthik says, everybody is afraid of taking the biochemical variables. Now you are insist or you are motivated us to. That's nothing. It's easy to take up the things. So I'll assure that here are some scholars. Hello.
So I couldn't hear your voice.
Yeah, of course. Sir, your voice is getting break. But sir wanted to say that. Sir wanted to say that our physical education people are worrying about to take biochemical variables as their research work studies. But now I think as I told you, I was so impressed with your talk, and I wanted to take more studies regarding with the biochemical variables. So sir also wanted to talk like that. I think so.
Need any support needed? Yeah, I'm there. Or there is a very good biochemistry department in Annamalai University. I came
of
from
course.
there only.
No.
Yeah.
No. As a player, as a player, you will recognize us, and also you will understand our own difficulties. When we approach with the other department, they will help us, but they will not extend their utmost layer. And as far as you is concerned, you are a player, and you may understand our difficulties and situations, and like that, And even in the night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I have disturbed you to conduct this seminar, So and all the time you have responded. Thank you so much for this wonderful session.
Because I'm highly obliged to Annamalai University and also Dr. Selvam, Professor Selvam, because otherwise I should have been in a different position. I should have stayed in Madurai, and because I was studying in PGDCA in American college. He only pulled me to Annamalai. Then I did my master's, MPhil, PhD. So I'm highly obliged. Anytime you are most welcome to contact. I'm there.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Mohammed Isa. Now we have come to the end of the session, and I'm very happy and call Dr. S. Arul, Associate Professor, who is my friend and who is with me at all the time in all the occasions, whatever the function may be, whatever the situation may be. And he is the co-organizing secretary of this international webinar. So whenever I am getting struggled, or whenever I am going for a new things, I used to send all the matters to Dr. S. Arul for the verification. Okay, and he will see all the full stop and comma, and even full stop comma also, whatever it is. So he is the man behind this seminar. He is the backbone of this seminar. So I call Dr. S. Arul to deliver the vote of thanks. Arul sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. A warm good evening, one and all present here. It's my privilege to have proposed vote of thanks on the first day international webinar on recent advancement in research organized by Department of Physical Education, Annamalai University. I may like to express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, beloved Registrar, sir, Dean, Faculty of Education, and Professor and Director, Department of Physical Education, Annamalai University. On behalf of organizing committee, I extended my hearty thanks to our beloved Dean, Faculty of Education, Dr. R. Gnanadevan, sir, has inaugurated the 3 days international webinar on recent advancement in research, and who spared time for his busiest schedule and graced this occasion. We are all inspired by your great words, sir. Thank you for blessings. Thank you, sir. On behalf of organizing committee, I express my sincerest thanks to beloved Professor and Director, Department of Physical Education, Dr. P.V. Selvam, sir, who has given welcome address and encouraged us to conduct this webinar. On behalf of organizing committee, a big thanks to Dr. Kabali P. Subramaniam for his wonderful explanation about sports and health, several startup opportunity towards sports, etc., and making this webinar meaningful and interesting. Thank you, sir. On behalf of organizing committee, I would like to express my sincere thanks to our distinguished resource person, Dr. Muhammad Isa. I know he's a very good basketball player as well as alumni of our university, for an excellent presentation about exercise for brain and immunity system, as well as value of diet, some important biochemical topics also. So the way in which he explained the topic was extraordinary. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. When we approached them for his webinar, they accept immediately and have given their consent to act as a resource person out of their busiest schedule, even though in the pandemic situation. Thank you, sir. On behalf of our organizing committee, I would like to thank our active participants who have turned up in great number. We thank you so much for your cooperation. Thank you, participants. Finally, my heartfelt thanks to Dr. P. Karthikeyan, sir, the man behind the success and the make the program lively. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Arul, sir.
Thank you, Arul.
Thank you so much,
thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Isa. Yeah. I am a small request to all the participants, and we have crossed nearly 391. It has come. Now it is 334. And I wanted to inform, so many inquiries are coming. Please ask your friends to verify the emails, because I have sent all the details, meeting details to all the mails. So nearly bulk message may be there, or in the spam folder it may have. Please verify it, and otherwise ask your friends to join in any one of the WhatsApp group. 4 WhatsApp group it has been opened for this purpose. Please stay on that. Your attendance is compulsory for all the 3 days. So now I have given the link, feedback link for the attendance for today's session, and day after tomorrow and the day after tomorrow I'll give you a separate attendance form, and all the attendance forms will be verified and will be given certificate after 7 to 10 days of this seminar. Thank you so much, participants. Thank you so much, Dr. Muhammad Isa and Dr. Arul sir, and our beloved Professor and Director Selvam sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, Salon, sir. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, participants.
Okay.